ਔਰ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਅਨਾਉਂਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਸਟੀਵਨ ਡੈਲ ਡੂਕਾ ਲੀਡਰ ਆਫ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਆਫ ontario ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਨਗੇ ਠੀਕ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਲਾਈਨ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਦੋ ਬੜੀਆਂ ਅਹਿਮ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਅਨਾਉਂਸਮੈਂਟਸ ਉਹ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਲਾਈਨ ਤੇ ਨੇ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਡੂਕਾ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਐਂਡ ਗੁੱਡ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ
Thank you so much for having me back on.
Okay, so Liberal Party is having a surge in Ontario during the last few days we are seeing. So how are you getting these kind of reports? We are meeting people, voters all over the province. What's your feedback till now?
Well, so far I'm having a ton of fun out on the campaign trail. I was in Kitchener-Waterloo this morning. I was in Barrie the other day. I'm looking forward to being all over the province. It's a really exciting time. A new Ontario Liberal team, new Ontario candidates, our platform of ideas. So far, we've talked an awful lot about public transit, buck a ride province-wide, making transit only $1 per ride everywhere in Ontario, building up our education system by making our class sizes smaller, more mental health professionals, bringing back an optional grade 13. It's going really well, but you know what? There's still a long way to go. And we're just going to keep our heads down and keep working hard the way that Ontarians do.
Okay, so today you make another very, very big announcement regarding optional grade 13. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, so more than 2 decades ago, the province of Ontario got rid of grade 13. When I was in high school many years ago, I went through 5 full years. Kids back then did. The Mike Harris Conservative government got rid of grade 13. But we've seen during the past 4 years, in particular the last 2 with COVID, so many of our school kids, including my daughters, one is in grade 9, one is in grade 5 in publicly funded schools in Woodbridge where we live. It's been really tough on our kids. And so an Ontario Liberal government would bring back an optional grade 13 for students who need more time to recover and get through the learning gaps that might have emerged because of this pandemic. Again, it's optional, not compulsory, but we will fund it completely and we'll make sure that it's not discouraged the way it is right now, but the kids who need it are actually encouraged to take the time to make sure they're ready for college or university or whatever comes next in their life.
Okay, today I was going to drop my daughter to her school. She is in grade 10 and I was just discussing with her on the way your plan of having only 20 kids in the class. There's a cap of 20 kids in every class. She was really, really excited to know that. But the question is that from where the money will come. You have promised that you will hire more than 10,000 teachers for that, and particularly kids who are struggling with the mental health. You will have special kind of counselors, arrangement in the schools for that. The question is from where the money will come. You have any plan for that?
Yeah, so our platform is fully costed. It's responsible. All of the numbers and details will be included in the platform when it comes out in the near future. But I have made a commitment already. For example, in order to get our class sizes down to 20, you're right, we will need to hire 10,000 new teachers across this province. That's going to cost about $1 billion. In addition, we're going to cancel Highway 413 and invest that money instead in publicly funded schools, repairing them and building new schools. That's a $10 billion commitment over 5 years. Today, when I announced bringing back optional grade 13, we anticipate that'll be $295 million over 4 years. But here's the thing. When our platform comes out, you will be able to see, everybody in Ontario will be able to see exactly what it costs and exactly what the province's fiscal picture looks like when we release it. And let me just say, that is a really big difference from what we've seen from the other 2 parties. A couple of days ago when Doug Ford was asked, what's it going to cost to build Highway 413? He couldn't even give the answer. He's hiding the answer from the people of Ontario. And when Andrea Horwath and the NDP released their platform well over a week ago, they had no numbers in it. No costing, no numbers. Neither of those options is responsible or competent. Only Ontario Liberals have a responsible, thoughtful, and competent plan that is balanced and fully costed.
Mr. Duka, you have been Brampton many a times. Brampton is struggling for the health services. We need another full-fledged hospital, and you know this situation very well. You're well aware of this health crisis in Brampton. What is your plan for that?
Yeah, so when I was running to be leader of our party, I made it quite clear that I'm well aware that because Brampton is growing so quickly and because it's not gotten its fair share of funding over the past few years from the Ford Conservatives, Ontario Liberals will make sure that Brampton and all of Peel is receiving its appropriate and fair share of healthcare funding. I know particularly in Northwest Brampton, where the growth is significant, that there is a need for a new hospital, and I'll be having more to say about that in the coming days, so stay tuned. But I know, you're right, I've been to Brampton many times. You're my neighbors. Brampton is my neighbor. I live in Woodbridge, and I'm well aware of what we need to deliver there, and we'll be announcing more in the coming days.
Okay, last question before you go. Mr. Ford is getting a lot of coverage during the pandemic time. Andrea Horwath also got enough coverage, but people don't know much about you. So though we can see surge in popularity of Liberal Party, but your numbers are still not up to that level. What do you have to say at the end?
Well, look, my parents and grandparents taught me that there's no shortcut to success in life. You know that. It's just about working hard, rolling up your sleeves, doing what you need to do, and showing up. That's how I was raised. It's how my wife and I are raising our daughters. And I'm going to keep working as hard as I can through this election campaign. But hopefully after the campaign as well, if I earn the honor of being Premier of this province, I'll just keep working hard every single day to deliver real progress for the people of Ontario.
Okay, so many Liberal candidates are opening their campaign offices, and you will be visiting them soon. Many of them have already opened. They are in full gear of campaigning. Anything you want to add at the end, Mr. Duca?
No, I'm looking forward to being all over Ontario, but of course back in Brampton, back in Mississauga, our new Ontario Liberal candidates running across Peel and across Ontario. They're so dynamic, they're so talented. We're going to be able to start the job of rebuilding this province on day one. It's a stark choice between the Ford Conservatives who want to drag us backwards and a new Ontario Liberal team that's going to work hard to deliver real progress. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity. Mr. Saini, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Duca. Today when I announced that you will be on air with me, I got many messages from our listeners. So we will hope you will be in our studio soon so that we can talk in detail.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. ਇਹ ਸਨ ਸਟੀਵਨ ਡੈਲ ਡੂਕਾ ਕਾਫੀ ਬਿਜ਼ੀ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਮੋਡ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕਾ ਹੈ ਬੜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਵਾਲ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਹੈ ਤੋ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਦੇ ਹਸਪਤਾਲ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਪੁੱਛੀ ਹੈ ਕਲਾਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 20 ਬੱਚੇ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਮਿਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਪੈਸਾ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆਏਗਾ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਗ੍ਰੇਡ 13 ਨੂੰ ਆਪਸ਼ਨਲ ਵੀ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੇ ਬੱਚਾ ਗ੍ਰੇਡ 13 ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੇ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਜਾਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਬੜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਨੇ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਲਦੀ ਵੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਗਲੇ ਹਫਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਡੈਲ ਡੂਕਾ ਅਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਪੂਰੇ ਸਵਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਭੇਜਦੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਵਟਸਐਪ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਟੈਕਸਟ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਔਰ ਡੈਫੀਨੇਟਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਵਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛੇ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਨਾ ਸਿਰਫ ਡੈਲ ਡੂਕਾ ਨੂੰ ਐਂਡਰੀਆ ਹੌਰਵਰਥ ਨੂੰ ਡਗ ਫੋਰਡ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੈਂਡੀਡੇਟਸ ਨੇ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਪਾਰਟੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਬਣਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਸੋ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ